Marketing. Hardest thing in business to do is marketing. Scott, you talk about differentiation of your product or your service. What's that mean?
It's this little simple principle called scarcity creates value. That's why diamonds are valuable. You know, it's because there's not a lot of them. You want to be different from everybody else. If you're on the shelf, you want to be different than the product on your left and the product on your right, so that somebody says, I'm going to take these guys and try them out because they're different. Now I've got to be relevant. I've got to fit people's needs. I got to do something for people that they need and want, but then I have to do it differently than anybody else. Relevant differentiation in any marketplace, anywhere, for any product. Relevant differentiation creates value. It's as simple as that. You've got to meet people's needs, and you got to do it differently than anybody else.
Can you give me an example of how somebody differentiates their product or their service from somebody else?
It can be as simple as this. There must be on Route 441 between Atlanta and Clayton, Georgia, there must be 150 convenience stores, right? And they all have soda pop and cigarettes and milk and maybe beer and candy and stuff for the kids.
Ice cream.
They got it all. And you can stop at any intersection and there's one. And you're going through Tiger, Georgia. And if you don't blink, you won't go through Tiger, Georgia and miss it. And you see a little sign that says, goats on the roof. And you say, so you go by it a couple of times before you say, did that say goats on the roof? And then you look the third time and you say, there were goats on the roof of that convenience store. And so what makes this one out of 150 or 200 convenience stores different is there are goats on the roof. Same stuff on the store, goats on the roof. Now the other thing that makes it different is they have 3 auxiliary parking lots filled with cars because people bring their kids there. For 25 cents you can buy a little bit of goat feed and send it up and feed the goats on the roof. And they've got now 2 roofs, and they've actually now got 2 stores, one in Helen, one in Tiger, Georgia, and one in Helen, Georgia, for those of you who are thinking of planning a summer vacation. Greater Tiger and Greater Helen are lovely places. But I mean, differentiation is simply that. You could stop any one of these no-name same stores, or you could stop at the one with goats on the roof. If you got kids, you're going to stop at the one with the goats on the roof. They got 3 parking lots filled with cars, people who stay there 30 minutes, 45 minutes, and all the time they're there, they're spending money. They're buying soda pop, they're buying candy, they're buying little tchotchkes for the kids. So that's differentiation. Differentiation is you can buy soda pop from anybody. Red Bull said, we're going to make a soda pop that does more than just refresh. It gives you energy. It keeps you boogieing all night long. It's going to get you moving, and it's going to have lots of caffeine. It's going to have sugar. It's going to do that. Now, that little can of Red Bull, which has effect, we call it, it's a functional beverage. You drink it, you feel energy almost right away. That has blown apart the soft drink business. You can buy one of those. I'm sure everybody out there has bought one. They're like $2.15 now. When they came out 12 years ago, they were $2. That was the early adopter price. Because it's different and because it's better and relevant, you're going to take a drink, you want refreshment, you want lift, this really will give you a lift. $2, right? $2.15 for that little 8.3 ounce little cylindrical can. I went in the other day and bought a 12 pack of soda for home, and soda pop, cola in fact, and it was roughly $6.50. I got that 12 pack.
For a 12 pack?
12 pack.
$6.50.
I could have gotten 3 little 8-ounce cans of Red Bull, and I would have. I mean, if I wanted energy, and kids are doing that today. So they're still getting a high price for differentiation. We give you liquid refreshment, we keep you hydrated, but we do it and give you energy. Differentiation creates value. And it's the same if you're in an insurance company or a software company or a tractor company. It is what you do that's different than the other people that adds value and that creates more value in the marketplace. It's great stuff. You can't go wrong. Anything you're doing, you have to say, am I filling a need? Am I helping people in some way? Am I doing something that people really need and want? And then you have to say, because you're only halfway there, if you do that, and that's hard enough, but you're only halfway there, then you have to say to yourself, am I doing it better and differently than anybody else in business? Now, you know I've got a company, and we do business and marketing strategy, and we do it for some of the biggest companies in America. We are in a category of one. Now, there are 10,000 marketing consulting companies and advertising agencies in the world, and they're all in marketing consulting. And I didn't want to get into that mud wrestling business and just be in there with 500 or 1,000 other companies. I said, I want us to be the only of something, the one and only of something highly relevant. You want strategy that's sharp, aggressive, and tough, then you want insurgent strategy. You want the strategy of the underdogs, the revolutionaries, the military and political and sports and business underdogs like Stephen Jobs that can go out and win in the toughest environments. You want insurgent strategy. Only one place to get it. Differentiation been mighty good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I know it.
Well, you know, it sounds so simple. I want you to go back and listen to this again. The more you listen to Scott talk, because I've been talking to him for 20 years. It's a knowledge base, an information base. The more you listen to it, the smarter you're going to get and be able to relate it to your business of services or products. It's all about differentiation.